What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. We appreciate you guys tuning in. It's a little bit of a late edition when it comes to the daily news show. I guess overall I'd call it the nightly news show, given the time at which this is going out. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. We really want to go over three big topics that really want to talk about what's going on with Bernardeschi's situation, Dybala, and then, of course, something going on with the Supercopa and its status with Italian football as well. Stick with us. We'll fill you in now. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro, and today is Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021. And again, this is your latest nightly dose of your Juventus news that you want to get as soon as possible. First off, before we do anything, as always, it's been a little bit since I've done a daily news show. We did a live, we did the other little shows, but it's been a bit, so I'm a little rusty right now. But really what I want to get into, and what I'm used to getting into, is saying if you haven't already, please like the video. It really helps. Hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our videos. Also continue, but really more now, consider looking into our membership options. It really is going to bring you more and more content, but also more and more involvement when it comes to the Bianconeri Zone and what you all can do here with us hanging out and enjoying Juventus football as we all do. Anyway, let's just jump into it and get to the news that we have for you for today. First topic of the day I want to talk about, and that's the Bernardeschi situation. I know there's a lot of opinions out there, but first let me just read it off. Bernardeschi, speaking to Juventus TV, said basically about a new contract, I only think about doing well. These discussions will be dealt with in the appropriate places. All that matters now is to concentrate. The rest will follow. Obviously, that was a whole lot of nothing from Bernardeschi. What else is he going to say right now? He can say, yes, I want to stay with Juventus. I want to be a Juventus player going along in the future. He could say that. I guess that's one option. But then also, what is he going to say? The contract that they've offered me is not suitable enough. Also, would he say, I'm on my way out. I know the end is near. You know, those are the different options of what he could say. Neither one's going to be really appealing in the long game. I guess, yeah, he could say, I want to stay at Juventus and really confirm that. So that way, maybe he has a more likely path to renewal. Let's get into the elephant in the room, though. When it comes to this, there are a lot of fans. I think fans are pretty divided on Bernardeschi and his future. There's a lot of fans that are championing Bernardeschi. There's a lot of fans that are hating on Bernardeschi. And then there's some of us, like me, that are kind of right down the middle. Bernardeschi, I've fought for him for a long time. I quit it within the last year or so. At some point, you have to realize what you're getting out of him. And to me, is the juice worth the squeeze? And I got to be honest, guys, it's just not. I mean, if we're going to be real when it comes to Bernardeschi, is the juice worth the squeeze? And it's not. Even at his better performances, as he had during the last match against Zenit, what did he do that was truly special, that would warrant the amount of money that he really wants, or that he's getting paid currently? Obviously, I know the new contract is for a much lower sum of money. We'll see what happens there. I doubt he's going to want to accept that money. But if he's really that committed to wanting to stay at Juve instead of going somewhere else, maybe restarting at a lower level Italian club or something like that, he'll accept it, but I doubt it. Anyway, I just don't think when it comes to Bernardeschi that you're really going to get the level that Juventus needs to be anything other than what they are right now. And when I say other than what they are right now, I mean, let's be honest. Right now, Juventus is performing like a mid-tier club. I know a lot of people are still riding high off that Zenit win. And yes, maybe I'm not giving Juventus enough credit for the Zenit win. But at the same time, we need to see better performances in the Serie A. Right now, we're the anti-Milan. Milan's performing amazing in the Serie A and literally can do absolutely nothing when it comes to the Champions League. They are in a very difficult group. But overall, it's the opposite. So we need to see performances in the Serie A, and we need to see we need to have players that will be able to elevate Juventus's performance. I don't know if more years and more money poured into Bernardeschi. I don't know if my tongue tied there for a second. Poured into Bernardeschi is really going to be a financially good idea. So that's my opinion. We'll keep monitoring it. We'll see what happens. Maybe something's changed down the road. Maybe he ends up proving his worth. I mean, it's been a long time. It's hard to believe it's going to happen now, but we'll see. I know there's a lot of you There's a lot of you that are out there fighting for him, but it's just me. I don't believe it's going to happen. I would love to be proven wrong, but I don't think so. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic of the day. And that is our boy Palito Dybala and his situation moving forward. Gazzetta dello Sport is reporting that Dybala, after Juve Fiorentina, will go to Argentina and will be with the national team until Wednesday, the 17th of November. He will return to Turin on the weekend of Lazio Juve, not alone, but with his agent, Jorge Antun. So that is a good premonition of things to come when it comes to his situation. I'm so thankful. The performances that Dybala has given the last couple games, especially the last game against Zenit. I'll be honest, I was a bit nervous. I was a bit nervous about this renewal of Dybala, and maybe I still will be down the line. Who knows? Hopefully I'm proven wrong. But there's some aspects of Dybala's renewal that worried me, mainly being that of his injury. He's been injured. I mean, we don't need to go over all of his injuries and the injury that he sustained, and he was out last year, and then how it's affected the last couple of months. But if he can really stick with this and we can keep getting these kind of performances, and maybe even not even this level of performance. I mean, of course, there were some really good scores out there given to Dybala for this last match. But as long as he's giving us a solid striker effort when it comes to a couple goals, a goal or two a game, I mean, maybe a goal to every other game. Maybe it's not fair to say every game. But you know what I mean. Somewhere in that 25 goal range per season would be fantastic, and he'd definitely be deserving of it. I think my fears are put to rest. I know there's a lot of you, again, players, you're going to have people that disagree. I know there's people that aren't bought into Dybala, want him sold, want him move on, whatever. That's just where I stick at this moment. But that's interesting to see that he will be coming back with Jorge Antun, and they'll be able to sign that renewal, and we can finally put this to bed and not worry any longer. Another interesting little tidbit I'm going to throw in there, I think, before the graphics or after the graphics were made, this came out. But supposedly, I believe reports are saying that not only Dybala is getting called to Argentina, but also Mr. Soule, is also another player that Argentina is taking interest in and asking him to come back and play as well for the national team. So I know a lot of you guys who want to see the young guys go play. You want to see the guys like Soule. There's a little bit more of a, stoke to your fire there and your argument for Soule. There you have it. Just some interesting little tidbit when it comes to him, and we'll see what happens with Soule if he ends up coming, or if he ends up playing at all, or how he develops and grows. And then I'll have to deal with more of you yelling and screaming about him not playing more for Juventus as it is currently. I'm not against it, but you know how I am with young guys. Fagioli, I love him. Is he going to be Juve level anytime soon? I don't know. Then let's go to the last story, the really another big story of the day. And that's Corriere dello Sport, who's reporting about the Supercopa and its status of where it will be played, but also a little bit of what they're negotiating to try to change down the line. First off, Liga Chief Executive Luigi Di Servo has flown to Riyadh to see if the Supercopa, watch me completely have butchered that, and it's something totally different. I'm tired. Okay, to see if the Supercopa could be played over there. The two clubs are pushing to play abroad to collect 3.5 million euros each. That would be solid. I mean, and it's cool. It's always cool to see Juventus when they play in these matches, even though it's going to be against Inter. But to play this Supercopa, kind of, I don't want to say it's a meaningless trophy, but you know what I mean. It's another extra trophy that we don't put the most stock into, but it's cool to win it either regardless. But what's also cool about that is you can get to go play overseas somewhere. You play China, Japan, whatever have you, different little Middle Eastern countries that don't get to see it. You get to spread. You see the fans that are international at these different places, but also it's an opportunity for new Juventus fans to be created the way that I was created with the international with the national team, and my love for Buffon and Del Piero, but also other fans who will be like, "Wow, Juventus came and played locally, stuff like that." It'd be cool if you ever want to come back to the United States for one of these. I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. I would go anyway. But also the second part is a big part, saying that the Liga is the league. I'm just gonna do the American translation. The league is negotiating with Arabia on the Spanish model, a proposal of 180 to 190 million euros for 6 editions. But with a new format, that is, with the participation of 4 teams, you'd have the winner of the Coppa Italia and Serie A, plus the teams coming in second, imagine, for each of those. There's positives and negatives to this. Obviously, more games being played, more chances for injury, more chances, whatever have you, yada, yada, yada. That's some negatives that can come with it. Some positives, though, that go into that is, again, more games being played overseas, other places, growing that fan base, growing Juventus's reach when it comes to Juventus fans, but also more money. More money coming into it. And I guess it could be interesting to see, Juventus, Inter, who finished in second this year. Was it Atalanta or was it Milan? Anyway, whatever. Anyway, one of those teams, and then also, I guess Atalanta and Milan would be in there because Atalanta would also be the one that finished second in the Coppa Italia. So it could be interesting there to see how that plays out. Again, I know a lot of people would probably say it's a meaningless trophy. It's a trophy, but it's a little bit more meaningless than it comes to the Coppa Italia and the Serie A. Do we need to be playing more games? Do we need our players to risk more health injuries, whatever, et cetera, down the line? I don't know, but that's the way it looks right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about all these topics, especially about a new format for the Supercopa. Would you like to see that grow to become something bigger than it is, to have basically 3 big competitions outside the UCL that Juventus is playing in throughout the year? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, I know we're going to hear it with Dybala and Bernardeschi. Let me know those comments down below. Are there any of you that have actually gone from no to Bernardeschi in recent weeks, as in like you've been a solid no, to have been changing your mind to yes, he deserves more time? I'd like to hear that opinion down if you have that in the comment section down below as well. Maybe I can be swayed when it comes to that. Anyway, guys, we appreciate you for tuning in, as always, to the Bianconeri Zone. That's all the news that I have for you. Also, before we do, not before we do anything, at the end of this, if you liked what you saw here, if you enjoyed this face giving you the news, please give me a like and hit that like button. It really helps our channel grow and to give you more, it helps the algorithm. It really does help us grow and reach more Juventus fans. So hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and also hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. As always, our Twitter handles are down here in the bottom. I'll go ahead and plug mine, and I won't make it as long as I normally do. Follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone, and then follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter as well. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.